Whether you're working on a complex research problem or you're researching a new to you ancestor, you want to make sure you get as many records as possible. But when you're just starting out or when you're completely confused, what records should you be looking for? Howdy, I'm Devin Noel Lee, and this is Family History Fanatics with another episode of Research Over My Shoulder, where we are solving the case, or trying to, of G. Winfield Underwood. Who was her parents and how do we clean up his tree? So in this video, we're going to try to talk about what records are missing that we still need to uncover for Winfield, and are they going to give us the clues to help us solve our case? Now, it's easiest to find the low-hanging fruit records first, because sometimes the answers are in the fastest records you can uncover. What are some of those records? Well, first, vital records. Vital records include birth, marriage, and death records. And considering the time we live, almost all of us have seen a birth, marriage, or death record. But keep in mind, some birth, marriage, and death records were never recorded in the first place. They're kind of a modern conception. So then census records, depending on where you're researching, can be your next best friend. You want to look for national census records. In the United States, they started in the late 1700s, and the most recent one available is the 1940 census. In Mexico, the 1931 census is available online. In Canada, they didn't really go by every 10 years. It's kind of confusing as to when they had their census records, but there are some census records in the United Kingdom as well. So you want to be looking for census records. And then in the United States, some census records in some states happened at the 5-year mark. So in the United States, you may have the 1870 census and then find the 1875 state census where your ancestor lived. So be sure to be looking for census records. Let me give you another tip that many newbies I bump into all of the time fail to do, is you don't only want to just look for the records of, in this case, Winfield, but look for his children as well. Where were they hiding? What information is on their records? Because sometimes you might not be able to find the ancestor you're looking for until you go after the children's and their records. So don't just stop with just the one particular ancestor. Look at all of the children. Okay, so let me just tell you about the records that I did find for Winfield. I did find that he had a birth record, but it was just the index, so I really need to track down that original record. I found a marriage record, but once again, it was an index. Need to find the original record on my to-do list. I found the death record for Winfield, and I found a death record for his son Emmett, as well as Logan, which I didn't put on this screen. But I need to find records for the rest of his children. In order to determine what records are missing, let's go through an analysis of his life. This is what I do with a lot of beginners who come into me in my workshops and say, what records should I be looking for? Well, when was your ancestor born, and when did they die, and where were they? Well, Winfield was born in 1857. So what's the earliest U.S. census, because he was living in Kentucky, that he could appear in? 1860. And then the latest one, because he died in 1937, would be 1930. Some of you are looking at there going, wait a minute, you skipped 1890. Well, very briefly, the 1890 census is for the vast majority of individuals destroyed. If you want to learn more about why, check the descriptions below and I'll put a link to it. But for Kentucky, 1890, the census record doesn't exist. So I did find, so far, the 1900 and the 1910 census for Winfield listed on his person page on Family Search. So that means the rest of the census records are the ones I need to track down for him. The next thing I want to consider in Winfield's life, would I be able to find military records for him? So once again, let's analyze his life and when wars happened. So the Civil War happened between 1861 and 1865, and being that he was born in 1857, he's a little bit young for that war, so it's not going to be likely to have affected him. There's the Spanish and American War. He was old enough, but we're kind of pushing it for him. And World War I, he would have been 60, so he would not even have needed to sign the draft record for that. So Winfield is not going to be found in these record collections, but it pays to investigate because you never know your ancestor and their first and middle name, like we talked about with the initials, could be hiding in those collections. Now there are plenty of other records we could look for Winfield, but we're looking for the fastest ones we can find, the low-hanging fruit, and that's kind of an extensive list right there, as you can see. I also need to investigate many of the same records of birth, marriage, death, and census records for his children because they are going to appear, or some of them, in the 1940 census. Did this video, although it was short, help you know how to analyze what's missing and create a to-do list for your ancestors? I really hope so. Stay tuned for another longer video that shows more records on the case of Winfield Underwood and who his parents are. Don't forget to subscribe by pressing the red subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode. Check out our website, FamilyHistoryFanatics.com, so you can be informed of upcoming e-conferences.